Hi guys, Ben Hilder here, going through a HAAT run of 27.5 million. To start with, just a quick little look at the mods here for my team, which is Akbar Leadership, Grand Admiral Thrawn, CLS, Asajj and BB-8. And as you can see, relatively standard mods that everyone can get, speeds of 160 to plus 200, critical damage set on Asajj, giving her the max 216% because she can definitely score some damage here. Speed on CLS and Thrawn, high protection on Akbar because Akbar cannot regain health. So you need his protection above 30,000. Mine's at 35 here. It keeps him alive. You can still complete it if you lose Akbar, so don't worry. I have done it with 4. Just takes longer. I've entered into the back end of P2 here just to clean up the last 12%. So we'll go through and have a little talk about this team and how you can score 20, 25 plus 30 million with this team in HAAT. You can do up to 20, 30, maybe even 40% of the back end of P2 and then complete the whole of P3 and P4. Now, the things you're going to need is, first of all, CLS, you're going to need his It Binds All Things Zeta. You only need 2 Zetas, and that's one of them. The second Zeta you're going to need is Asajj's Rampage. This is offense is stacking, and she can really deal some damage. And if you max her critical damage mod set, then yes, she can score above 200,000 on her basic in P4. Akbar's Leadership is all you need from him, to be honest. Calling any rebel ally to assist on any non-attack function. And there's a few techniques we're going to discuss here with this team and how you can get it to score and solo the raid. Well, at least P3 and P4 anyway. Okay, so the only other thing you're definitely going to need is an Omega on BB-8's Illuminated Destiny. Things to be careful of is obviously, as I've mentioned already, Akbar cannot regain health, so you need his protection above 30,000 to keep him alive. You also need to keep an eye on Asajj Ventress because she will quite often lose her secret intel buff, and if she's not buffed when the cannon goes off in P3 or the overhead goes off in P4, she will be wiped out. And sometimes it's caught me out and she's died and I've had to start all over. Because Asajj is the damaging key that helps to unlock this raid. So that's something to be careful of. And Thrawn, his goal, a lot of people don't know this, but he's a bit of a perma-fracture technique, which is something I found online on YouTube. A few of the top guys using this that helped me understand how it works. That when Thrawn does protection recovery, he swaps turn meter. So, for example, I'm always putting my protection recovery on Akbar because he can't regain health. But what you'll notice is I'll explain more in P3 that I will leave fracture. When it gets down to 1 turn before fracture, I will use my protection recovery. And if you use that on someone with full turn meter, you will swap turn meters, giving Thrawn full turn meter again, being able to use fracture straight away. And this is something you might need at times when the BB droid in P3 is full of turn meter and about to take a turn. You can swap turn meters, get a go straight away, and be able to use fracture and slow him down, because P3 is all about controlling that turn meter of the BB droid. Asajj as well, you need to build up her damage so she has offense stacking until the end of the raid, so she will score some damage. So you need to build up her special, because as that builds up and scores more and more damage, which I will show you later as we slow it down, she'll be able to wipe out all of the droids in P3 in 1 hit, and then in P4 she eventually will be able to wipe out all of the tank and drop it in 1 hit. And you can set that up nicely, and this is how we manage to solo the raid. Okay, so we're just doing the last part of P2 here, and then as we get into P3, I'll go through it step by step exactly how we run this technique, and it's just controlling that turn meter of the droid. Illuminated Destiny obviously is key because that will give everybody buffs of speed up, critical damage up, critical chance up, offense up. It also exposes the tank or the BB droid, as you can see here. So as you can see, Asajj, you do not need to worry about her protection. You don't have to keep giving her protection, because if she's taking more turns, as I said, she can become buffless and you could end up losing her. But she can run the whole raid on her max health. If you get her health above 25, possibly 30,000, then she will be fine for the whole raid, because every turn scores in plus 26,000 health. Okay, we're just waiting for the last couple of percent here on the tank, and then we'll go through P3. I mean, it does help the stronger your characters are. I mean, all of mine currently are Gear 11 or Gear 12, all max abilities to be fair, and I've got the Zetas required, but you do need at least the 2 Zetas I've suggested and the 1 Omega at the absolute minimum, and then just play around with the protection and the health. But you do need Akbar above 30,000. Anything less than that, the cannon can wipe him out. Now, as you notice here, I've only got 1% left. I'm starting to not use any of my special abilities, saving them for the beginning of P3. So I'm not using Fracture there. I'm not using Illuminated Destiny. I'm not using CLS's buff immunity. I'm just using basic attacks now, setting it up ready for P3. 41,000 on this basic there. I don't know why I started hitting the side gun there. There's only 0.36% left. I think I do switch. I think I realised, and then switch to the main gun. There we go. Yeah. Just take out the 0.3%. Just using basics. There we go. So now we're into P3. I'll show you how to set this up. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is pick a side droid and damage that person down to as small health as possible. So as you see here, side droid, we damage it. We then, obviously I have buff immunity ready to go. However, I go to the main droid and do the buff immunity and then fracture. That's going to slow down his turn meter. Now I'm going to switch back, try and take this droid right down. There we go, move to another droid, take him down, and then move to another droid and start taking him down. And then, as you see, with the Asajj's special, when she hits, she wipes out droids, she gets 100% turn meter offense, and she can get to go again. Now, that's because it's early on in the phase, she's not wiping the droids out straight away, because her damage is not increased. But as that builds, you'll be able to drop all of those droids in one hit. And I'll slow it down later on in the raid for you to be able to see how that works. So again, we just start picking off these droids, bring down the health, ready for Asajj. When that special resets, just take out that droid just in case. Control that turn meter. CLS's basic reduces turn meter by up to 30%. So even Akbar's call to assist will always call a rebel, and that will always be CLS. So it's always reducing turn meter. I put fracture back on the droid, main droid. And then here we go. Nice and slow. Boom, wipes out 4 droids, leaves 100% turn meter regain. She can go again. And then again, slow it down. Boom, wipes out the droid. This is only 16k damage, but it's wiped out the droid. Eventually that'll be 50, 60k damage, and it will wipe out the droids in one hit. It will wipe out the tank in P4 in one hit. Now, you'll notice I made a bit of a mistake there with Thrawn. I'll show the Thrawn on the next one, the perma-fracture technique. So he'll have fracture available on the next turn. So we'll use that. Notice that when everyone's buffed, the cannon cannot wipe you out. So you've got to keep everybody buff, and that's what BB-8 is for, to keep everyone's secret intel buff. Now watch Thrawn here. So he's got two turns to fracture, but I could have used his buff immunity. Now I'm going to use, his protection recovery. I used it on Akbar, which gives him full turn meter again, and then bam, hit the fracture back on. That's what's called the perma-fracture technique. So you swap turn meter. So save it. Make sure you're down to 1 with one to fracture, before you use the protection recovery, and then make sure you put it on someone with full turn meter. Now, as you see, Asajj is nearly low, and she just missed there as well. So protection recovery has to go on to Asajj there, just to be safe. And I use the special that's not going to give me anything but full health, or as much health as possible. And now look, straight back up to full health. So you've got to play around with this team. Just keep an eye on all of your characters at all times. Monitor this turn meter, and you should be good to go, and just keep going. I mean, 39,000 on a basic, that will increase to about 60, 70, 80,000 in P3. In P4 it will go up to over 200,000. Just keep controlling that turn meter. Watch that cannon. So here I'm about to put protection recovery on Akbar. I'll put it on CLS to get for the turn meter. Now I'll bang straight into fracture. Cannon hits, nearly wiped out Asajj. If she didn't have those buffs, she would have been gone. And you just keep going round and round. This will be able to solo all of P3 and into P4. Just keep controlling that turn meter. Again, onto Akbar. Akbar gets full turn meter. Thrawn gains whatever Akbar had at that time. So if it was full, he would have got another straight go. Just keep controlling that turn meter and controlling that turn meter. And watch the damage stack up on Asajj. Now watch, the droids are back up here. We're going to take to a small droid, just ping them down, same as before. Just put that protection on Asajj to give her a go. And watch this. Boom, first droid gone, the other's half. Just weaken that droid a little bit. Back to the main droid. Special, boom, all gone. Everybody gone. And now up to 48,000 damage on her basic. Everybody buffed, the cannon doesn't wipe you out, and you just keep going round and round for the rest of P3. Okay, I'm going to leave you for now. I will speak to you again in P4 towards the end to go through the P4 status and how it ended, and I'll catch you in a bit. Thank you very much. Okay guys, back at the end of P4 here, just to see the last 9% through. As you can see, Asajj is causing huge damage on a basic. That's the offense stacking that we discussed. So here, overhead comes, puts Enrage on. Akbar gets wiped out, still 7% left. Asajj can one drop the tank in a minute, here we go. And finish off the raid. That last 7%, 157,000 on a basic there. Then Illuminated Destiny, 191,000 on her basic. 3% left. 2% left. 204,000 on her basic. Finish off the tank. So don't worry if it gets to Enrage at the end there, because you can drop the tank with Asajj. Okay, and that's it. End of the HAAT raid. 27.4 million was the final score for the run. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel. There'll be more videos to come based on HAAT and then the new Sif raid. Thanks guys.